Good afternoon, class. My name is Teron Lindsay,
I'm Yesenia Botero.
And I'm Cindy Locker.
and we'll be talking about dopamine and how it works in the brain.
Dopamine, what's that?
That's a great question. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter involved in pleasure and motivation. Let me show you the chemical structure. This is the chemical structure for dopamine. The chemical formula is C8H11NO2.
There are four major dopaminergic pathways in the brain: the mesolimbic pathway, the mesocortical pathway, the nigrostriatal pathway, and the tuberoinfundibular pathway. The first dopaminergic pathway that we will discuss today is the mesolimbic pathway, highlighted here in pink. It transmits dopamine from the ventral tegmental area to the limbic system via the nucleus accumbens. Dopamine in this pathway is related to pleasurable sensations such as euphoria. However, if there is a dysfunction in this system, it can lead to schizophrenia. The next dopaminergic pathway that we will discuss today is the mesocortical pathway. It is highlighted here in yellow. It transmits dopamine from the ventral tegmental area to the frontal cortex. Dopamine in this system is thought to be involved in cognitive control, motivation, and emotional response. Similar to the mesolimbic pathway, if there is a dysfunction in this area, it can lead to schizophrenia.
Now we move on to the nigrostriatal pathway, which is highlighted in orange. Projects dopamine from the substantia nigra to the striatum. It is involved in controlling movement and motor functioning. If there's an impairment in this area, it can cause Parkinson's disease and Huntington's chorea. Now the final pathway is the tuberoinfundibular pathway, which is highlighted in green. Projects dopamine from the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland. It's also involved in controlling prolactin secretion. If there's a dysfunction in this area, it can cause an increase in blood prolactin levels known as hyperprolactinemia.
Dopamine plays a large role in drug abuse and addiction. All drugs overstimulate the reward pathways by increasing dopamine neurotransmission in the limbic system, specifically in the nucleus accumbens. This surge of dopamine in the brain produces euphoric effects, or a high feeling. This graph shows the effects of drug use on dopamine release in the brain. Imaging of a control brain with no drug use and a brain with cocaine abuse look very similar in the areas of dopaminergic activity.
And this is how dopamine works in the brain.